Hi you guys, welcome back to my Crypto 101 series, and today we'll be going over the native currency of the biggest crypto exchange in the whole entire world, okay? And that's going to be known as BNB, which is the native currency to Binance. Now, Binance is in the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the world by market cap, and it is at number 4, okay? Right behind Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, and then you have BNB. So that's why I'm doing this video, because it's super important and you need to know the logistics of it. But before we get started, welcome back to Getting Digital with Deja. Alrighty, y'all. So Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the entire world, okay? It is centralized, but it's the biggest in all type of categories, no matter if it's centralized, decentralized, anything, it's the biggest of everything, okay? I want to get that clear and understood. And it was launched in 2017. So a few weeks before Binance was launched, the developers and the CEO went ahead and offered the coin BNB, that is native currency to Binance, at a severely discounted price to its early investors, okay? And that severely discounted price was 11 cents. 11 cents, which is crazy because the price now is 628. As of today, right now, it's 628, okay? So they did an initial coin offering for the early investors, which is known as ICOs, which is basically the same thing for when you're trying to invest into a stock and it's very early on before it gets released into the rest of the world. They give the investors and the developers like basically a discounted reward for, helping to develop the network. So that's exactly what it is with these coin offerings. It's the same exact thing how they do it with stocks, which is called IPOs, okay? Now, it went from 11 cents in 2017 to 628 cents as of 2026. That's pretty amazing. So its market cap is around $85 million, and it is the fourth one in the world as far as market caps goes. It's right behind Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. Now, USDT is USDT Tether, so that is a stable coin. So really, it's the fourth, okay, you guys? I mean, Bitcoin, that was the OG. Of course, it's going to have the biggest market cap. Then you have Ethereum. That is just a whole another story. And then USDT, of course, that's a stable coin. Now, you have BNB. So literally it's in the top 5. We're not even covering top 10 today. We're covering top 5 and not number 5. Outside of operating as an exchange, Binance actually runs multiple blockchains on its interconnected ecosystem. So let's go over 4 of them. Now I'm going to be giving you the textbook definition for each of these because they have their own job, their own duties, and I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding of what each blockchain does so we can understand how it comes together as a whole in this entire ecosystem. Okay, so first we have the BNB Smart Chain, also known as BSC, and here are the functions of that. Handle smart contract creation and execution. Take on the responsibilities of the BNB Beacon Chain, which was retired in 2024. Okay, so the BNB Beacon Chain was like the OG to the network, to the ecosystem, but it was replaced by this BSC, okay? So just want a little bit of background, a little bit of history. Next, we have OPBNB. A layer 2 solution built on the BNB chain that aims to achieve faster transaction speeds and lower fees for users in the BNB ecosystem. Okay, you guys, so we did learn this back when I was going over Ethereum, what layer 2 means, and that's basically just doing upgrades to the foundation. So you have layer 1, which is like the foundation of everything, and you have layer 2, which is literally like its function is to improve transaction speeds, scaling, and just like easiness of the network essentially. So this does have layer 2 solutions built into this BNB network. So I say all that to say we have another layer 2 solution, which is going to be the ZK BNB. That is the third blockchain for this ecosystem. A layer 2 scaling solution for the BNB chain. It uses zero knowledge proofs and enables faster transactions and lower fees, particularly for gaming and social applications. Now we have went over zero proofs. We've done it. I will link the video on here so you can go over that yourself and have a full understanding in the deep dive that I did for it. But we will not be doing a deep dive today, because if you've been going through my series video by video, you see that I teach you things to lead you up to certain points. Okay, so go ahead and look that. Now the final one is going to be BNB Greenfield. Weird name, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. A decentralized storage solution within the BNB ecosystem, allowing users to control their data and build apps with a focus on data ownership in a new data economy. So this factor of the ecosystem is considered decentralized, but the whole entire company of Binance itself, the exchange itself, is definitely very centralized. They actually call it CeFi, which is centralized finance, okay? I never heard about CeFi until I actually dug deep into this Binance coin. I don't know, don't judge me. Maybe I was supposed to know about it before, but hey, I know about it now. Now let's go over the consensus mechanism. So you're gonna fully understand why this is a centralized type of thing or deal once I go over this consensus mechanism. Very centralized behavior, very anti-crypto behavior. So there are many parts to this consensus mechanism that I broke it down into different sections so that you would have a clear understanding of everything. So this is going to be pretty wordy and pretty long, and I am going to be reading the definitions a lot from my book, from my beautiful notes. Okay, you guys? But only because y'all are smart and I want y'all to get all the information, okay? The BNB network uses a combination of POS, which is proof of stake, and POA, which is proof of authority. Now, we've already went over proof of stake, but we haven't gone over proof of authority. So this is a new type of consensus mechanism that I am introducing to you guys today. So they still have validator nodes and everything on this network, but it is a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to go over that now. Users need to stake at least 10,000 BNB for a chance to be selected as a validator.
10,000 BNB.
And right now it's priced at $628. You do the math. 628 times 10,000. And the craziest part is you're not guaranteed to be a validator just because you have 10,000 BNB staked. Now I'm going to get into why. The amount required depends on whether you are simply applying to be a candidate or aiming to be an active, rewarding validator. Okay, so when I say candidate, that is a bit different from when I taught you about the candidate blocks with Bitcoin. This is different, okay? This is candidate validators. Now I'm going to go into it, what I mean by that. Candidates. Nodes that are staking BNB to become active validators but are not yet within the top tier of elected validators that produce blocks. The POSA relies on a limited set of validators. As of 2026, 45 total, 21 cabinet, and 24 candidate validators. A candidate validator serves as a backup and active part of the decentralized network security, often producing blocks as well. The active validator sets changes every 24 hours, one epoch, based on the total BNB staked, meaning candidates can become top validators if they gain more votes or delegation. Users can delegate their own BNB to these candidates to help them increase their voting power and gain rewards. The network has expanded to include up to 45 active and 55 total validator slots. Active validators have previously required over 150,000 BNB to stay in the top 21. 150,000 BNB to stay on the top validator list. Outside of staking 10,000 BNB, validators also stake their own reputation operating in public as opposed to anonymously, which is required. This is not a choice. A lot of other networks for crypto have it to where you can choose to do anonymously or public. No, BNB is like, it's public. All your information is on blockchain. It's public. Everybody's going to see it. So I'm going to touch on a few different points, okay? So point number one. When I said that users, which are going to be like you and I and other people on the BNB network, they can delegate votes to validators to get them onto, becoming more than just a candidate, okay? To be actually start validating things. Now, when you delegate votes in your own BNB from your wallet to those validators, you did get paid a portion in the rewards that those validators get when they are confirming those transactions. So that is something really cool about this network. Now let's touch on another point, okay? So it's usually 45 total slots for validators, but they're trying to up it it and have it more decentralized at 55 total slots. Okay, so while that is just 10 more validators, I mean, it does make a bit of a difference. Now, when we are talking about these active validators, they have a whole set of other requirements that they have to meet that these candidate validators don't necessarily have to meet. Okay, think about it as football. Okay, and you have people who are given like star roles, you know, scholarships and money and things like that, who are actually drafted into the team. And then you have people who are walk-ons. So walk-ons have to work a lot harder to become one of the star roles on the team and to get the same benefits as the people on the team. That is exactly how it is with this type of validator situation for the BNB network. These candidates necessarily have to kind of like wait and stay around until they can get approved to become an actual active validator. Now, like I said, it's been times where active validators have been required to have staked 150,000 BNB just to be able to confirm transactions on the network. 150,000 BNB priced at $620 each. You do the math on that one. So do you see why this is a bit centralized, very much so centralized? The average person does not have 150,000 BNB. The average person does not have 10,000 BNB. Okay? So do you see? So these validators are big institutions, really, really rich people and things like that. So that is why it is considered centralized. I mean, it's not the normal person who is running this network. It's like really the big dogs who are running this network, just like the big dogs run the financial systems that we have right now, as far as like the traditional banking systems. Now, just because you're an active validator once doesn't mean you'll always be an active validator, because it does change every 24 hours, okay, you guys? So that gives a chance for candidates to become active validators if they meet the requirements, or if they have more delegations and more support essentially behind them and more stakes that they can get on the network as well. Then, you know, they do have the chance of becoming an active validator, and they are considered a backup for the active validators. So essentially, they're just here to play the backup role, and whenever they can get their chance, they do become active validators. So you might be like, why is this a centralized system if crypto is decentralized? Well, we have to understand that Binance is a crypto exchange, and most crypto exchanges are centralized exchanges. They're like the banks of crypto, okay? So that is the first thing that we have to understand. Now, I do have a little bit of a summary telling you why the coin BNB is also centralized. POSA, which is proof of stake and proof of authority put together, because remember, it's a hybrid system, uses significantly fewer validators than networks such as Bitcoin or Ethereum. By giving up decentralization at the stage of the validation process, the network hopes to weed out bad actors from becoming validators. By centralizing control amongst a few validators, the network is also able to accompany a relatively higher transaction volume across fewer validators. So remember, they only have about 45 to 55 slots, depending on who you're talking to, okay? So that is significantly less than any other crypto network we have. Any other crypto network we've gone over, there's a lot. There's hundreds, thousands, and things like that. This has a total, on a good day, 55. So originally it is 21 who are considered the top, who are the active ones, and it was a total of 45, but now they're transitioning to where it is 45 active and 55 total slots. Now, that's a little tricky, that part, because like they're trying to gear more towards that, but that's not like super absolute at the moment. Now let's get into the use cases for this BNB token, okay? So this BNB token is pretty cool. It can be used for travel, it can be used for discounts, it can be used for ICOs, which is initial coin offerings. It can be used for so many things, transaction fees, of course, because not only does it have the traditional like use cases that all native coins have on their networks, it has a lot more, okay? And we're gonna get into that right now. So one of the use cases is going to be exclusive token sales. So you can participate and invest in very early on projects and the new launches of tokens. So you get access to these ICOs with the use of this BNB token. Now, another use case is for travel, okay? You can use the BNB token to book accommodations, to pay for travel, for airfare and things like that. And you can go through different companies and like organizations like Travala and things like that to be able to accommodate yourself with this BNB token. Now, when you're thinking of travel and BNB token, you can think of it as like airfare points, okay? So you get discounted prices and things like that. So when you're traveling with Delta or something and you travel so much, you have all these points accumulated, and then boom, you can use those points towards your next air travel fee, and then it like slices it significantly, okay? So that is exactly what you can do with this BNB token as well. The BNB token can also be used for PayFi. So when I say PayFi, it's essentially where you can buy goods and services in e-commerce online, okay, using the BNB token. So you can shop online and use BNB for that. Also, one really cool thing about the Binance network is that they essentially host like different activities and different entertainment and things like that, and you can use BNB for that as well. And of course, just like all the other cryptocurrency networks, well, except for Bitcoin that I've been going over, you can have dApps, NFTs, smart contracts and things of such on that network. Tokenization also is available using the BNB token as well. Now, our last use case that I'm going to go over is CeFi, which is centralized finance. I know I talked about it a little bit already, but we're going to go into deeper detail, even more about it right now. And I am going to be reading from the book, a little bit wordy, all right? Stay with me. CeFi. While DeFi focuses on decentralized services, BNB also plays a critical role in centralized finance. Trading fee discounts. Discounted trading fees on Binance can qualify for the VIP program with higher balances for additional perks. So you can use BNB to have discounted trading fees. Now, that's not it. You can qualify for the VIP program. Let me tell you about the VIP program, okay? And it has 3 different tiers. I'm going to go over all of them. VIP program. Increased withdrawal and API limits. Dedicated clients have VIP support, access to the VIP portal, which offers advanced analytics and reporting, invitations to exclusive events, and perks. Eligibility as of 2026. VIP 1 is minimum of 5 BNB holdings and or $5 million over 30-day future trading volumes. VIP 2, minimum of 25 BNB and or $10 million over a 30-day futures trading volume. VIP 3, minimum of 100 BNB and or $150 million over 30-day trading futures, okay? And that can be spot, margin, or futures trading. Now, so it may sound very easy, especially for VIP, the first tier. Like, oh, all you need is 5 BNB. No. And or you're going to need $5 million over a 30-day trading period. So essentially what that means is you're going to have in your account a notional value of $5 million or more over a 30-day trading period. So notional value includes trades that you have open and trades that you have already closed. It's combining those, and it has to be a notional value of at least $5 million. Now, when you're trading futures, that's a lot easier to get to than when you're trading like stocks, you know, but still, that's a lot of money. So it costs to become a VIP member is all I have to say about that. Alrighty, you guys, I'm so proud of you. If you're still with me, we've made it to our last topic that we have to go over, which is very important, probably one of the most important topics, and that's going to be the BNB burn. Okay, so remember when we burn tokens to create deflationary type of token economics and things like that? Well, BNB does the same exact thing. Now, their burning is a little bit more intense. So one thing I haven't stated this whole entire video is how many tokens BNB has. And as of right now, it has 200 million tokens. Now, this BNB burn is trying to get it to 100 million tokens. So that's literally cutting the supply by 50%. Okay, so we're going to go over the textbook definition of the whole process of this, okay? BNB adopted an auto burn system to reduce its total supply from 200 million to 100 million. This occurs via quarterly auto burns based on BNB price and chain activity. plus real-time burning of transaction fees using the BEP95. Okay, so that's like the protocol that they use for that, aimed at increasing scarcity and supporting token value. Now that was a lot of gibberish, so let me go over that in deeper detail. So the quarterly auto burns. Binance calculates the amount of BNB to burn every 3 months based on its price at the moment and the number of blocks generated. BEP95, which is a real-time burn. Okay, that's what that stands for. A portion of the gas fees collected by validators on the BNB chain is burned in real time, making it a continuous supply reduction mechanism. Now, we have what they call the black hole. Burned tokens are sent to a Binance blog post, provably uncoverable, which is basically a dead address, making them unusable, unspendable, and effectively removed from circulation. The goal is to create scarcity by lowering the total supply below 100 million tokens, which can create positive upward pressure on the price if demand remains stable or increased. All burn transactions are public, and the auto burn mechanism is objective and independent of the centralized Binance exchange. So, to break it all down, you guys, basically, they are having these burning mechanisms. They have one where they do it every 3 months, like quarterly burns, based on the price of the token and the number of transactions and blocks that have been placed onto the blockchain. And then they also have the BEP95, which is real-time burning, which is where gas fees and portions of transaction fees get burned with every single transaction. So they are utilizing 2 types of burning mechanisms on this network, all right? It's not just burning transaction fees, no, they have quarterly burnings and they have real-time burnings. So they're really trying to get it down from 200 to 100 or below, which is insane because when you have 200 million, all right, and the price is already 628. If you drop that down to 100 million, which is going to like literally take a lot of supply, it's going to create scarcity in the market. And when scarcity happens, the value of the coin just goes up. It goes boop, just like a scarcity of water. If we have a little bit of water left here on Earth or something like that, they're going to start charging buku amounts of money for that water. Something that was $2 is now $20. Okay, so this Binance network knows what they're doing, and being the biggest crypto exchange in the world, it's guaranteed to happen. They're guaranteed to have upward pressure and continuous adoption of the BNB coin, okay? Because they are the largest crypto exchange in the world. So as long as crypto is alive and well, it don't even matter if it's well. As long as crypto is alive, Binance is going to do well, okay? It's going to make that money. So dropping it down to 100 million is insane. It's so smart, a bit greedy, but it's so smart. So that's why I was like, oh my God, I have to go over this coin. Not only is it top 10, it's actually top 5, and it's not number 5, it's number 4. Then also on top of that, they are actively trying to lessen the supply, okay? These are the early stages of them doing that, okay? So even though the price is at 628, it's still the early stages of them trying to get it down to 100 million tokens. But once it gets to 100 million tokens, it's going to probably be just as hard to get into as Bitcoin is right now. I'm just saying. So that's why I was like, I have to include this in my series, because if you do choose to invest into it, now is a good time. Okay. But again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest into it. I ain't telling you that I invested into it, but I did. But I ain't saying none of that, okay? I'm just telling you the facts. Alrighty, guys, that is the end of our BNB Binance episode, okay? Very interesting. A lot of really good information that you can take back and really digest and see what you want to do as far as investing or trading or just nothing. If you don't want to do nothing at all with the information I gave you, it's okay. Just remember it inside of your brain. All right. That's all that I ask. Now, I will be back with a new episode with a new coin. Okay, you guys, I do want to reiterate, really. If you guys want me to go over a specific coin, please drop it in the comments. It doesn't matter if it is a meme coin, if it's a stable coin, if it's a altcoin. I will say I really do want y'all to drop altcoins instead of meme coins and stable coins, because I haven't gone over meme coins and stable coins yet. And I want to save those type of coins for when I go over that, okay? So if you drop a meme coin or a stable coin, I'll save that coin for when I get into later in my series when I'm talking about that. But if you drop an altcoin, I will that will be my next video. my next video. So please go ahead, drop it in the comments and tell me what coin is your favorite that I haven't gone over already. All right. Now, with all that said, always remember that pretty girls can do crypto too.